Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is, well, what if Naruto was a half god slash demon slash death? So, part 3 of this, going to do a recap because it's been 9 months ago, and yeah. Also subscribe to Anime Sensei. I kind of got this on Obito What If, but I'm gonna do a recap because, yeah, it's been 9 months, and you probably all forgot what happened for part 1, part 2. I'm only gonna do part 2 recap, but yeah. This is where, well, we go into, well, the recap. So, Naruto was, well, in the Sand Village training with Gaara. Of course, he did ask the Kazekage was thankful for him. And, of course, they're telling him that he will join a team with Gaara if he becomes a ninja. Naruto said that he still wanted to travel around the world. And so that's what he does. He goes and meets what's it called Tazuna, but mostly Tazuna's what was it called son-in-law, and also what's it called Inari, basically Inari's father. Naruto stays there for 3 months instead of 6 months. But last time I said no, it's gonna be 3 months. Then he meets what's it called Zabuza and Haku, and of course there was someone else named Hawking who was actually the same age as him when he was 9 years old at that time. Of course, train with all of them, and this is where Naruto decides to leave and go to another, what's it called, place into, well, the waterfall village. Meeting, Fu, and Fu is the same age as him, so yeah, I don't even know why I didn't say that. But yeah, she's the same age as him. Of course, they become friends because they are Butch and Cherokees, and they're both hated with their own villages. But yeah, this is where Naruto then told Fu before leaving to go onto another going around what's it called, 5 nations, that he should definitely she should definitely go to the Sand Village. She seems like a strong warrior, and yeah, and they are pretty kind, probably towards her Jerkis somewhat. This is where Fu thinks about it, and she then nodded. She did ask where would that be, and Naruto did kind of tell her where that be in the map. Naruto then leaves to go near the stone village. He was in the forest, and then he fights against Roshi. So of course we go into, well, the fight. Of course we're after the fight mostly. Now of course this is where Naruto is looking at Roshi, and Roshi is looking at him. And Roshi says, "Who are you?" This is where Naruto says, "I should be asking you. You're the one that attacked me." I should also mention that Naruto was actually, what's it called, 10 years old at this time, so yeah. So, of course, this is where, well, Naruto says, "Who the fuck are you?" This is where Roshi says, "My name is Roshi, and I am a stone, well, not really a stone ninja, but yeah." Of course, this is where Naruto says, "Oh, cool, why the hell are you attacking me?" This is where Roshi says, "You're an intruder near the stone village." This is still the property of, what's called, the stone village. So, Roshi, he kind of attacked Naruto because he thought that Naruto was some kind of bandit or rogue ninja or anything like that. So, of course, yeah. This is where Naruto says, "First of all, I'm just a traveler. I kind of got lost when I was looking for the path. Also, why the fuck don't you make new roads?" Yeah, Naruto kind of got lost. Not because he has bad Zord directions. It's because the road kind of disappeared and went into multiple ways, and Naruto actually went to the forest one. And yeah, there wasn't even a sign of where he was going. So, of course, Naruto, he kind of like got here where he's kind of fighting Roshi. So yeah, that's what he explains. Roshi then says that the village is over there. He kind of points to it. Naruto says, "Oh, thanks." Naruto goes to it. Also, he didn't notice a cliff, so of course he falls down. This is where he managed to land on his feet, though, and of course Roshi is confused, but Roshi just ignored it. This is where Naruto, he goes to the stone village. He's looking around. Of course, he knows that Kurama told him to dye his blondish hair because they were mistaken for what's it called, a Minato, since what's it called, the Tsuchikage hates Minato Namikaze. So of course, this is where, well, Naruto changes his blonde highlights hair to black. So yeah, he kind of looks like Menma from that one filler episode, but yeah, when he has black hair. But yeah, he has all black hair. So of course this is where Naruto, he is just walking around, and of course this is where he bumps into a girl who's actually kind of the same age as him, being 10 years old. A girl who acts like a tomboy a little bit. This is where, not what's it called? She wasn't older than, she was older than Naruto, because if I can remember right, Kurisuki is like 2 years older than Naruto. I forgot how old, but yeah. Of course, this is where she acts like a tomboy, says, "Hey, watch the fuck out." This is where Naruto's like, sorry? This is where she says, "Yeah, you better be." She, like, storms off, but yeah. Naruto goes, "What the fuck?" This is where Kurama says, "I don't know, kid. Just ignore it. Just keep going. And keep looking around." That's where Naruto looks around. He sees what to call the blacksmith. He kind of looks for any weapons that might interest in him. Of course, he sees that there's not many interesting weapons until he sees behind the blacksmith an interesting weapon that he has kind of never seen. A sword that's curved. A kind of curved blade. It's kind of like sharpened in every curve. So, of course, it kind of looks like a cactus. A little bit. Or you can think of like a thorn bush. Yeah, the thorns. So yeah, it's called a thorn sword. And of course Naruto's looking at it. And this is where the blacksmith says, you must be looking at this. So, are you interested in this sword? Or are you interested in anything else? Naruto, he's saying that I'm just looking at it. Just looking around. I don't know if I should buy things or not. But yeah, I'm just looking around. This is where the blacksmith says, okay. This is where he goes back to kind of like making weapons, but yeah. Of course, Naruto, he's just like thinking, what the hell do I even get? This is where Kurama suggested that he might need to get what's it called. Well, he already has 2 swords. One sword is from what's it called, Lucifer, and one sword is from, I'm gonna call him Gabriel, because there is so instead of me calling the God one what's it called, Jesus or anything, I'm gonna call him Gabriel. So yeah. Because remember, right? Something about Christianity, something about him being, Gabriel being the brother of Lucifer or something. I don't know, remember. But of course, Gabriel is the other god, or Michael. Is it Michael then? Oh, wait. So, of course, the god one for heaven, I'm gonna call him Michael instead. So, yeah. Michael and Lucifer is still for hell and all that, but yeah. Of course, this is where, Naruto has those 2 swords, and he still kind of trains in them, but he still hasn't awoken their true forms. Not exactly. For the black scythe that he has of death, anything he slices at with the scythe actually withers away and dies. So yeah. Of course, is where, with the heaven and hell, he hasn't figured out how still, but yeah. Also, if he's holding the black scythe, anyone that tries to touches him, like in Taijutsu, they wither away and die. So it's kind of like a force field around Naruto a little bit, if he holds the scythe. Also, if he uses third eye, exactly. That also happens, but yeah. His third eye being this. Now, of course, is where, Naruto, he just walks around, still keeps walking around, and of course, he doesn't really, care about people looking at him strange, but yeah. But of course, where no one is pretty much looking at him that much. Some people are, but they're just kind of drunken, but yeah. Of course, is where Naruto, he kind of sees that this village is kind of boring, but of course, he does have what's called a scroll from the Kazekage, because the Kazekage managed to find him in his travels with a Sunin Ninja. And of course, this is where the Sunin Ninja did tell him that this should be given to the Tsuchikage. And this is where, not Tsuchikage, Tsuchikage, yeah. This is where, not sushi, sushi, basically the stone Kage. Of course, this is where, Naruto, he does go to the stone Kage. Of course, people does tell him halt, but Naruto just says that he needs to get the scroll to the stone Kage named Onoki. And Onoki lets him in because he can just see this as just a kid. Naruto is giving the, scroll to the stone Kage. And of course, this is where Naruto, when he kind of looks from his corner of his eye, he sees Kurisuki, and Kurisuki is looking at him with a kind of like menacing glare. This is where Naruto just ignores it, but yeah. Because this is where Kurisuke says, isn't that the boy that I bumped into? I don't like him. This is where the Tsuchikage says, I see. So soon the Kazekage wants to have a trade, an alliance, if he ever does betray the Leaf Village. In the near future, he does think he wants to betray it. Just an opportunity. Since the Tsuchikage has started the tuning exams, and there being a whole old enemy Leaf Village, the Kazekage has a plan about betraying the Leaf Village and destroying it once and for all, and not being the top village. That's what the Tsuchikage thinks about it. And then he says, that's a good idea. This is where he signs it and does give it to Naruto by tossing it. Naruto was like kind of just looking around, looking up, until Kurisuke kind of goes up to him before the scroll was tossed at him. She was saying, hey you, aren't you, that boy I bumped into? This is where Naruto says, no. This is where Kurisuke says, don't lie to me. This is where Naruto says, I'm not lying. Why are you screaming and angry at me? This is where she says, This is where she goes very close to Naruto. And Naruto, he wasn't flustered, he was just confused. This is where Naruto says, you know you're a bit close. If I remember right, isn't genders of the opposite sex to be, well, far away from each other? Well, not that close. Unless you're trying to kiss me, but This is where Kurisuke realized what is happening. And this is where she says, no, you pervert! This is where Naruto just kind of giggles a little bit because he's still a kid. And Kurama did tell him to kind of say that. So yeah, since Kurama's a pervert. This is where Naruto does just decide to copy what Kurama says, but yeah. Of course, this is where the Tsuchikage did throw the scroll at Naruto, and Naruto did catches it without stopping his gaze from seeing Kurisuke. So of course he catches it, and he sees that it's a scroll, and of course this is where Naruto bows down to the Tsuchikage, and this is where Naruto leaves. This is where Kurisuke is right now red, and this is where the Onoki says, Kurisuke, are you okay? Kurisuke says, yeah, I am. Yep. This is where the Tsuchikage says, are you sure? Are you sure you're not sick? If you're sick, then just go home. Get to the house or something. You don't need to be always in my office annoying me. So if you're just sick, just go home. This is where Kurisuke says, I'm not sick. This is where, not sick. I'm not sick, she said. This is where Onoki says, okay, then why you're red? Never mind, I am sick. This is where Onoki says, okay, what the hell is with that mind change? Okay, never mind, just go home. This is where Kurisuke does go home. Of course, she sees Naruto kind of walking out of the village until Kurisuke does run up to Naruto and does grab him from the shoulder. Now, did I say that Kurisuke was older? I don't remember. You know, screw it, they're the same age. So basically 10. Now, of course, is where, Kurisuke did grab him from the shoulder and does push him, well not push him, wants to pull him towards her. And this is where Naruto says, oh, it's you, Kurisuke-san. This is where she says, he'll kill you, bastard. Don't you ever mention anything about that again. Even if our villages are being an alliance, doesn't mean I'm not gonna kick your ass. This is where Naruto says, okay, Kurisuke-chan. This is where she says, huh? Wait, what? She goes red more, and of course she does let go of the Naruto's shoulder, but she's kind of nervous and all that. And of course she says, what do you mean, Kurisuke-chan? And this is where Naruto says, other than that, bye-bye. This is where Naruto starts leaving, and Kurisuke says, wait! This is where Naruto, he didn't wait, he gets out of the village and starts walking away. Kurisuke says, that fucking bastard. She gets angry and annoyed. This is where she then proceeds to punch the wall of some random building and break and crack it. This is where Onoki does get the message that Kurisuke broke a building. Onoki goes, God damn it. Why do I have to deal with my granddaughter? I wish you were still too alive. He was thinking of his son-in-law and his actual daughter. because Kurisuke is only his granddaughter. And of course, he says, I wish you two were alive to deal with your daughter. Why do I have to be the one to deal with her? Ugh. Well, yeah. This is where, well, Hanoki just kind of cries. It's just like locks the door first and cries because he hates doing the fucking Kage job, of course, because of all the paperwork. But of course, at the same time, he's old enough for this shit. He doesn't want to deal with Kurisuke or even the Kage position. Then again, it will help him try to destroy Konoha. So of course, he just says, I hope 2 more years I have to deal with this shit. And after that, they're destroying Konoha. I'm gonna go find a successor. This is where he just thinks, I just need to find someone. But yeah. This is where, well, Kurisuke's at her house and just kind of angry, flustered, and just kind of crying a little bit. Because Naruto was very, what's it called? Adorable to her. So yeah. She kind of liked Naruto. So, of course, is where he says, she's just screaming in her pillow, but yeah. Of course, Anoki, he's just crying. He's like, 2 more years, and I'll find myself as a successor. This is where, well, we go into Naruto going back to, Suna. Well, finding a Suna ninja that was on a mission and all that. And, of course, is where Naruto, well, not Suna ninja, it's mostly Gaara. And Gaara says, Naruto? Because Gaara was right now killing some bandits that were near Suna. Basically near the Sand Village, or not the Sand Village, near basically Wind Country. This is where Naruto tosses the scroll to Gaara, and this is where Gaara says, what is this? Just give it to your father. This is where Gaara nodded. This is where Gaara says, are you going to come back? No, I still want to visit Kumo. And I do know that your father was also going to give me a scroll about Kumo, because we need to find alliances. This is where Gaara nods and says, I see, I understand. This is where, well, Gaara says, that does remind me about the scroll that you need to get towards what's it called, well, if you could, maybe get the one from, what's it called, the Mizukage. This is where Naruto got a scroll, and this is where Naruto says, that would be kind of impossible. This is where Gaara says, why? Mizukage is crazy, and is right now in his little civil war in his own country, so it'd be impossible. This is where, well, Gaara says, then let me get the scroll and just tell him that would be impossible. Naruto says, no, actually, let me think about it. Actually, nah, I can probably be able to. Oh, well, tell your father later, okay? It might take me a little bit too long to get the signature, but I'll get there. This is where Gaara says, okay. So which one are you going next to? Kumo. This is where, well, Gaara says, good luck then. This is where Gaara goes back to Suna, or not Suna, basically Suna, being Sand, the Sand Village. And of course, this is where Naruto goes to Kumo next. Now, of course, Naruto is getting to Kumo, and of course, this is where Naruto, he goes and kind of signs up in the, what's it called, well, front gate. The, Kumo ninjas are asking Naruto why he's here. Naruto just says that he has a scroll for what's called the Raikage from the Kazekage, and yeah. Of course, this is where a Kumo ninja says, I see. Then, I will let you bring towards what's called, the Raikage. So, of course, they did first use Kai to see if this is actually an older person, or this is legit just a kid. This is where they see it's an actual kid, and they're kind of pale, wondering how the hell is this kid even surviving. So, of course, they did make him sign in what his name is. So, Naruto says that his name is Lucifer Angel. So, yeah. And this is where they say, okay, next, how old are you? 10. They say, how the fuck is he a 10-year-old here? But, yeah. Of course, they just let Naruto in, and of course, they told him where Raikage will be at. In his office, mostly, and where the Kage Tower will be at, mostly. This is where, well, Naruto is walking towards, Kage Tower, until he bumps into a girl with blonde hair, blue eyes, and of course, this is where this girl says, ow, you idiot! Watch where you're going. Now, I should mention Naruto's hair is black and white, because he changed it this time. Because, yeah, even what's it called? Even though if they say Kai for what's it called to change Naruto from a henchutsu, no, it's just Naruto can change his color of hair pretty easily because how he's a god and all that. He can change his appearance without even using chakra. So of course as well, he just changed it to being black and white, but yeah. So of course this is where the girl says, "Ow, you asshole. Watch where you're going." This is where Naruto says, "Ow, sorry." This is where the girl says, whatever. She gets up, well, she tries to get up until Naruto gets up first and gives her a hand. This is where she says she takes it grumbly, but of course she gets annoyed. This is where she says, "Thank you, I guess, even though you're the one that bumped into me." Naruto says, "Okay, my bad, I didn't see where I was going." Now, this girl was not also seeing where she was going, so of course, they both bumped in an accident, but yeah. So Naruto says, sorry about that. This is where she says, "Fine." Yeah, she just looks at Naruto's eyes, and Naruto's eyes, one is red, well, the other one is kind of a lightish blue. That's just because, yeah, he has two different color eyes. This is where, well, she's like, "Interesting eyes." Whatever. She walks away and kind of just grumbling, but yeah. Of course, Naruto says, "Interesting." She would probably be getting along very nice with Kurisuki-san, or mostly Kurisuki-chan, and also Tomari-chan. So he does know about what's it called, Gaara's siblings, like Kankuro and Tomari. And of course, he does know that Kankuro still wears that, what's it called, makeup, that whole makeup, and he's a makeup guy. And he does know about Tomari-chan being super short-tempered, but also being kind of ready in combat. She gets ready in combat to kick her ass. So, yeah. Of course, is where Naruto says, whatever. Naruto goes to the, what it called, Raikage Tower, and of course is where Naruto, he finds what's it called, the, well, office. He kind of asks the Kumo ninjas so he can go in to give the scroll, and of course they kind of nod. They first knock first to see if the Raikage is busy. The Raikage says, "Come in." Of course, he's right now talking to, what's it called? So, of course, Raikage is talking to Marubui. And, of course, she just kind of looks at the Raikage. And the Raikage says, "Okay, so what do I have today?" This is where she says that you have this, this, and this. And the Raikage nodded. This is where he says, wait, this is where the knock hurt. He hears it, and of course, this is where, well, he says yes. This is where the Kumo ninja says, "There's someone here to see you. It looks like it's a scroll from who? Suna." This is where Suna. This is where the Raikage says, "Let him in." This is where Naruto walks in, and of course, this is where the Raikage was also kind of talking to three other people. Well, yeah, three other people. One with blonde hair and blue eyes, another one with being taller and having blonde hair and blue eyes, and of course someone with dark skin and having white hair and having shades and kind of rapping. Yes, this is Killer B. What's it called? Yujito, and also Samui, the girl that Naruto bumped into. Naruto kind of both eyes connected, both Samui and Naruto. And of course, Naruto said, shit, not this shit again. What is she gonna be, the granddaughter of the Raikage? This is where Naruto, when he kind of eye connected to the Raikage looked like an angry man. Just like the Tsuchikage, but looked angrier, but also kind of very stern. Just like the Raikage. Or not the Raikage, the Tsuchikage. So of course, he knows that probably all Kages do this thing or whatever. Of course, where, well, Naruto walks to the, well, what's it called? Well, in front of the, what's it called, Raikage's table, and just bows down, being polite, and says, "Hello there, Raikage-sama. This scroll is from Suna." This is where, well, the Raikage says, "Okay, let me see it." This is where Naruto puts it on the table, and this is where Naruto, he just stands there. The Raikage, he starts reading it, and of course, it's just about the explaining, it's just the similar same thing for like the Tsuchikage. But of course, this is, what's it called? A kind of meeting that he wants to do 2 years before, well, not 2 years, 2 years in what's it called the near future because of the Chunin exam that's going to be held in the Leaf Village. A thing that might be able to do and destroy the Leaf Village from inside. This is where, well, it will catch him off guard. That's what the Kazekage is saying. He also wants to do an alliance trading for right now. Because he is going to betray what's it called Konoha anyway. This is where, well, the Raikage thinks about it, and this is where he says, interesting. He then looks at Naruto and says, has there been any other scrolls or anyone else signing up for this? Naruto says, actually, yes, the Tsuchikage. The Raikage says, that stubborn old man will probably jump first gun into this. So I can see why he would be willing to join. This is where, well, the Raikage signs it and says, sure, I will do it. The tradings and also what's it called alliance right now. So this will be in secrecy, right? Yes. This is where, well, the Raikage nodded. Who else will be in this? Naruto says, the Mizukage? He says kind of quietly. The Raikage says, wait, what? I didn't hear you that right. Did you say the Mizukage? Yeah. Actually, mostly the Revolution Army, mostly the Revolution Army leader, if they can actually defeat what's called Yagare. And this is where, the Raikage says, I feel like you don't actually know what Yagare is capable of. Do you even know what a Biju is? Naruto says, a Biju is a tail beast power? This is where Raikage says, yes. Do you know what Yagare is? 3 tails. Yeah. Oh, okay, damn, you're smart. Okay, how old are you anyway, kid? 10. Okay. Then again, my Kumo ninjas already know what a Biju is. Probably at 12 or even later than that. Then again, Samui here already knows what that is at 9 years old. Then again, she's already 10, but you get the point. This is where, well, Naruto says, okay. So, what's it called? The Raikage then decides to ask what his name is. Naruto says, my name is Lucifer Angel. This is where, the Raikage says, odd name, but okay, what the hell? Naruto says, what? It's not a strange name. Not that I think about it. No. This is where, well, the Raikage says, whatever. I'm gonna guess that you're probably already getting level and you're in the academy. Wait, are you even in the academy? Naruto says, I'm a traveling merchant. Kinda. This is where the Raikage says, wait, you're just a traveler? Yeah, basically Suna decided to give me that because I am in the Suna village, just not registered as a ninja. Kinda. This happened is the only way for me to get in through villages. So yeah, this is where, well, Raikage sighs and says, God, if we just let any kid like you walk in, I swear to God, that just shows that we're kinda worse. I mean, if it makes you even feel worse, or not worse, better, I did the same for the Tsuchikage. Basically the Stone Village. Okay. What about the Leaf Village? No, they tried to kill me there. What the hell? Why? Because I have 10% seal of the 9 toes inside me? Oh, okay. Wait, what? All of them widened their eyes, like all 4 people that were there, kind of like, Malibu, yeah. And also Samui, Yujito, and what's it called, Killer Bee, and they say, what? Where Killer Bee's still rapping, yo, you're the 9 tails? No wonder I felt your presence being different from the others. You know, if you're the 9 tails, I knew you had a little strange power inside you. I don't know how to rap, okay? But yeah, Killer Bee is like, yo, that's cool. Fist bump me. This is where Naruto says, Kurama just says, just do it. So of course, this is where both the 8 tails and Kurama sees each other. Now, if Kurama is a little bit smaller than the 8 tails, the 8 tails says, you really aren't lying. You are basically 10% of the original power. The Ox 8 tails say. This is where Kurama says, yeah, and I still find a way to kick your ass easily. Here's what the 8 tails says. And still grumpy, I would say. This is where the Naruto says, whatever, fuck off. This is where, well, the eight says, okay, whatever. So where, well, Naruto and Killer Bee stops fist bump me, and of course, this is where Killer Bee says, yep, he's the Nine Tails. He only has 10%, and the Nine Tails is pretty small, but I will still think he'd be able to probably beat Four Tails of mine. Even if he has 10% of the Nine Tails. Yo, big bro. This is where the Raikage just kind of sighs and says, shut up! Speak normal! This is where Killer Bee says, okay, fine. I'm saying that what's it called? Naruto here, or not Naruto, Lucifer here does have what's it called, well, 10% of the Nine Tails. Because the Nine Tails is kind of smaller than the Eight Tails, and the Nine Tails being bigger. Of course, if he probably still able to take what's called Four Tails of mine. If I go any like Four Tail Biju mode, like the fucking second stage cloak, I will still probably lose from Lucifer here. The Nine Tails is still a very powerful being, so even if he does have 10%, he would still probably kick my ass. But unless I go 8 Tails, I'd probably be able to defeat him mostly. This is where, well, A just says, interesting. So, I can see why you're gonna help the revolution now. Why you can be able to beat Yagari. Do you have a very great connection to the Nine Tails? Yeah. This is where, well, A says, interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So, of course, this is where he says, interesting. This is where somebody says, you can't be very serious. How can, well, she says, huh. This is where she kind of glares at Naruto in the head. First, because she just doesn't like Naruto. For some reason, that Naruto kind of gives off this kind of weird feeling. And of course, she doesn't like it. Of course, Naruto is kind of just bowing down to the Raikage after getting the scroll. But the Raikage says, handshake. That's where Naruto does it. And this is where the Raikage decides to squeeze his hand, well, very hard. And Naruto is not even fazed by it. Think of it if like Saitama is getting like handshake by someone, and this is where the person's like bigger and buffer than Saitama. That's that Saitama look where he says, okay. This is where Naruto says, okay. This is where the Raikage is putting enough strength. And seeing that Naruto isn't even putting any strength, Naruto saying, are you trying to crush my hand? The Raikage is saying, what? No. I'm trying to give you a stern handshake. This is where Naruto say, oh, okay. Naruto fucking just like puts a little bit of power and just kind of crack the Raikage's arm a little bit. Well, mostly not arm, the hand, like his fingers. And this is the Raikage goes, he's smiling with this kind of painful smile. Killer Bee is seeing this, and this is where Yujito also. Samui is confused, and also Maumui. But yeah, this is where Naruto just gives a handshake to the Raikage, and the Raikage says, you're a very strong kid. I say so myself. He puts his arm, well, his hand mostly behind him, and says, yeah, you're a strong kid. You have great potential in the near future. This is where Naruto says, okay. Well, Naruto just waves at the Raikage and kind of looks at Samui and says, hello there, Samui-chan. This is where Samui kind of glares at him and does go fluster. But of course, this is where Naruto just kind of goes away and just says, yeah, bye. Bye, Killer Bee, Sama. This is where the Kurama says, Two Tails Sama. This is where Yujito says, you didn't know my name? No, the Nine Tails just told me to tell you that you're Two Tails. Did the ox not tell you my name? Nibi. This is where Kurama says, Nibi. This is where Yujito says, never mind. I'm not gonna try to tell you my actual name. And no, I'm not Nibi. Nibi is the Jinchuriki name, the Telbeast name. This is where Naruto says, yeah, okay. This is where Naruto looks at what's it called? Her name was Mabuya, and Naruto says, hello there. This is where, and he says, also bye. So Naruto just walks away, goes out of the village, but yeah, Samui is kind of flustered, and Yujito sees it, and this is where Yujito starts making fun of Samui, saying, oh, does someone like you, does someone like someone? Huh? This is where Samui says, no, I don't like anyone. This This is where Raikage narrows eyes, but then he says, who cares? The kid has great potential. My arm just hurt a little bit. Then this is where Killer Bee says, yo, big bro, do you want a, what's it called, medical ninja to come here to heal your arm? This is where the Raikage narrows eyes and says, shut up, Killer Bee. This is where the Killer Bee says, what you mean? I'm just saying because your arm looks like it hurts. Or not arm, your hand looks like it hurts. This is where Raikage says, come here. This is where Killer Bee just running away because Killer Bee noticed the pissed off expression from, the Raikage, but yeah. So, of course, this is where, we go into Naruto going back to Suna and giving the scroll towards Gaara because he did tell that Gaara that he might come back to, Suna and give the scroll for Kumo. That's where Gaara kind of nodded and got the scroll. Of course, this is where Gaara says, so you're really going to the Mist Village? Yep. How long will you take? Probably a year. So I'll probably come back when I'm 12 or 11. Back to Suna. It probably will take me a year. But, Gaara, I hope we train. I hope you get stronger while I'm gone. But yeah. This is where, Gaara nodded. And this is where Naruto disappears and goes straight to, the Mist Village. Of course, this is where, Naruto gets to the Mist Village. He does take a boat and all. And does go towards, where he will find the Revolution Army. But this is where I'm going to leave it off for part 3 of What If Naruto Was a Half God, Half Demon, and Half Death. Part 3. But yeah, I'm going to have to go do something else. But yeah, bye-bye. Potato, potato. Potato.